Hi, everybody. I'm Howard Cadenhead, principal at Folsom Lake High School and Folsom High School, and I want to give you a brief overview of Folsom Lake High School program as it is now on the Folsom High School campus, and we think that it's going to fill a real important niche in serving the Folsom community and our students and their interests. First, just to cover the mission statement from Folsom Lake High School, Folsom Lake High is dedicated to providing a safe, supportive, alternative environment to our students. In partnership with parents and the community, we offer unique opportunities for students to earn a high school diploma as we prepare them for their future. So, just as a brief kind of description of Folsom Lake High School, it is an alt-ed program, but really what we visualize Folsom Lake High School being as it relates to our comprehensives and Folsom High School in particular is the non-A through G option that allows students to be prepared, or prepares them rather, prepares them for the military option, for community college, in particular for trades, for going straight into a career. Folsom Lake High School, again, is not necessarily the option that you want, or is not really the appropriate option if you're headed straight to a four-year university, but it is a very appropriate option if you want a relevant education that really hones in on preparing kids for community colleges, careers, trades, and military. Okay, and I think you'll see that as we talk about the specifics of the program. Folsom Lake High School now is on the campus of Folsom High School. It is actually in our portables, which is down near our baseball fields and our new CTE building, and it is mixed right in with our other classes down there with our students. So there is intermingling, and there's a lot of interconnectivity between both programs. Those schools are not sequestered from each other. There's a lot of crossover. Just to kind of give you a sense of that, our administrative staff is myself, Howard Cadenhead, as the principal, and Greg Crannell, assistant principal at Folsom High School and Folsom Lake High School. And our support staff currently at Folsom Lake High School, Kelly Popish, who is our academic counselor, dedicated to Folsom Lake High School, and Dominique Neal, who is our registrar admin, and the glue kind of that holds it all together down there. She does a little bit of everything. Our teachers for Folsom Lake High School are Mr. Nichols in English, Social Science, and our Apex workshop, and Mr. Brown, who is our Math, Science, and Apex workshop teacher as well. Mary Beth Story is our Career Technical Education Work Experience teacher. She is going to focus in on small business entrepreneurship. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. And we will be providing from Folsom High School a social science teacher or two to teach a few courses at Folsom Lake High School, as well as a science teacher or two from Folsom High School to meet the needs of our Folsom Lake High School schedule as well. So the bell schedule between Folsom Lake High School and Folsom High School is the exact same. We are on the exact same schedule, 6 periods. Monday, Tuesday, 1 through 6, Wednesday, block schedule, odd classes 1 through 5, Thursday, periods 2, 4, 6, and Friday, periods 1 through 6, shortened day, scheduled to end at 1:26 because of collaboration with our teachers. By combining, or using rather, the same bell schedule between both schools, it allows students at both sites to attend classes at the other site. So Folsom Lake High School students can come over and take a period, any period really, across the day from Folsom High School if it meets their needs, with the approval of their teachers and their counselor, administrative, etc. Okay. So it is, again, a 6-period day, and concurrent enrollment is made possible by that. As well, seniors may have an early release period depending on their credit needs. It actually may extend down to juniors, as we do it at Folsom High School when appropriate, to have an open period at the beginning or end of the day depending on credits needed and their schedule. Okay. It also is a schedule that will allow students to go to work in the afternoon if they so choose, and again, if they're caught up on credits. The other thing I want to add about the model of Folsom Lake High School that I think is really important, our students at Folsom High School report on average that they do about 2.5 hours of homework per night. At Folsom Lake High School, our goal is really to focus on in-person learning and with some independent online learning that's flexible to meet the needs of our students, and not burden kids with much work, if any work, outside as homework. Okay, so we really would like to constrain as much of the work as we possibly can to the class periods, because we know that kids in this model are off working and doing a lot of other things, and that's not their focus. Folsom Lake High School grad requirements are a little bit different than Folsom High School in that they're 20 credits fewer. So Folsom High School is 220, Folsom Lake is 200. Our seniors at Folsom Lake are required to complete a senior project in their English 4B, but PE is not required at Folsom Lake High School. Some students will come with PE. That's okay, because that counts as elective credit, and you can earn work experience for going to work at Folsom Lake High School after hours, okay? And I'll mention more about that soon. I won't go through all the requirements, but they're very similar to Folsom High School with a few exceptions. 4 years of English, 3 years of math. You can see the typical math pathway there. We really would like our students to graduate having taken personal business finance. It's a very relevant and applicable math where we're talking about things like interest rates on vehicles, budgeting, paying your monthly bills, all kinds of different credit card interest rates and practices, etc. So that's a very practical mathematics, personal business finance. And then you've got your social sciences that are the same, your fine arts, and then a physical science and life science, just like Folsom High School. And our physical science is physics of the earth, life science, biology, which most of our students will have taken by the time they get to us. And then a third year of science or CTE. So it could be a forensics class, for instance, or a CTE class, and students at Folsom Lake will be able to take any of the Folsom High CTE classes to complete that requirement. They also need to complete at least one semester of 5 units of health education, and then at 55 units roughly of elective credit, okay? So Folsom Lake High School classes will be delivered in really two main formats, either traditional direct instruction, which we do want to prioritize direct instruction to our Folsom Lake students of our core classes. So particularly math and science, really, really challenging to not deliver direct instruction, in-person instruction around math and science to our students. But also our other core classes in social science and English when we can fit it into their schedule and it works for their educational plan. We would like to deliver those in a very traditional format, but taught on a semester schedule, needing to be finished by the end of the semester and passed by the student. So either a D or better to earn credit, or an F, which would earn no credit, and they would have to remediate or retake that class. The other model in which they would be able to take classes is through a model called Apex. And Apex is a company that provides online curriculum. And that online curriculum, typically we're going to offer that through what we call a workshop model. So the vision right now is to offer that in first period in the morning and sixth period on the end of the day. So if I'm a student who has to take some classes that I can't get in that direct taught model in the middle of the day, or I need to remediate or retake a class that I had not passed previously, I can slide over into sixth period or first period Apex, sit with a teacher in class with the teacher monitoring my progress, not direct instructing, but monitoring my progress through the curriculum, the Apex curriculum, which has markers along the way to notify me when I've met a certain level of proficiency and completed a level of content to earn credits. So there's a difference here as well. We will give partial credit for these Apex classes. And that means that if you get done at the end of May and you've completed successfully, let's say 3/5 of a class, you would earn 3 out of 5 credits in that Apex class. You could then pick it up in the summer in summer school and complete the last 2 credits, or come back to us in the fall if you're a junior coming back your senior year and complete the last 2 credits and then move on to your next Apex class. So you can really accelerate, work at your pace, but we certainly will be communicating expectations of what you need to do to remain on track for your educational plan, okay, for graduation, and what your goals and to meet your educational goals. And that Progress will be regularly communicated to parents through PowerSchool and emails, phone calls, etc. Now, work experience will allow students to earn up to 10 elective credits of those 55 I mentioned earlier per semester, and that's based on the work hours each week, and you have to have a valid work permit, which is distributed and approved by us at Folsom Lake High School through Miss Neal, and you'll need pay stubs to verify your employment and your hours. Supports for the school and the students, personalized academic counseling through Miss Popish, where we'll create a graduation plan for every student and communicate that plan with parents and guardians, much like we do at Folsom High School, but the ratio is very, very different at Folsom Lake High School. My guess is we'll have around 50 to 60 students at Folsom Lake next year. We have 2,600 we're looking at Folsom High School. And so it's a much smaller environment with a more personalized approach around counseling. As we have at Folsom High School, we have mental health counseling services available, and the weekly advisory classes we have at Folsom High School we call PAWS. And in those classes, we will embed social emotional learning, skills for academic success, career success, and extra support as students are assigned to an advisory teacher for that PAWS class. Also, as I mentioned before, that one-on-one teacher guidance and assistance through the APEX workshop model as those teachers, the workshop teachers, work with students to pace them and support them through that coursework. So shared programs across the two schools, students at Folsom Lake will be able to participate in Folsom High School clubs, athletics, and access our college and career information. Okay, as well as I said before, if they need, they can certainly access our arts classes, our CTE classes, our core, any of our classes, as we can easily mix our schedules as we're on the same bell schedule. And essentially, a student who is doing this, taking advantage of this program, will earn a Folsom Lake High School diploma, which is a valid accredited high school diploma, just like any other high school diploma in the state of California. So we think this is going to be a really successful program and really reach out and fill a niche that many of our students are looking for, to really hone in on relevant education when they're looking for, again, that direct-to-community college, the trades, military, etc., direct-to-career diploma option. Okay, so if you have other questions, please reach out to either your Folsom High School counselor, myself, or administrator at Folsom High School, or a counselor at Folsom Lake High School, Miss Popish, and that will be on the website. You can access those emails or phone numbers and ask any questions that you may have. So I hope that answered your questions, and we hope to hear from you guys soon.